That's the action button. Fucking all right. How are we?
Very good,
Marvellous.
thanks. How about you?
Yeah, very good. Very good. Been up to much?
Yeah, I've been away, so that was nice. Been to North Yorkshire.
North Yorkshire.
Yeah, went to
Boy,
Whitby.
Nice.
Very nice. Yeah, very nice.
Very good. Do you do anything nice, or was it just to get away?
Just to get away. Yeah, it's good.
Good.
Good for the soul, Sam.
Good for the soul. Yeah, nice hug for the soul. Lovely. The curtains are making a comeback, so I've drawn
like
them.
it.
I've drawn them.
I like it.
Not drawn them, but I've closed them. So yeah, so we've had a slight delay on this one, haven't we? Because it was some schedule issues and stuff, but it was it was good last time. We had a little chat about the NFL and stuff, and now we're on episode 4.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
4. Episode 4. Cool. So this week we have got we interviewed Vicky Ware earlier on this week to discuss stuff, British American football, her involvement and stuff. I've been on a rookie day for a British team around the corner from me, so we'll talk a little bit about that. And then we've got the decider for the quiz, because if I lose, that's it. So at least it gives you a couple of weeks, Justin, to think of the forfeit then.
No, I've got a forfeit. Don't worry about that.
Oh, right, well, I don't know what I worried then. Yeah.
Well, actually, you probably should worry about the forfeit, Sam.
Yeah, don't worry. I've been training mentally as well as physically for this one, so that means I'm probably going to do worse. Whatever it is, it will be a clean sweep, I think. So British American football then. Should we kick off with that? I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll just play the interview with Vicky, and then we'll have a little chat about it afterwards.
You are live on Channel 4. Please do not swear.
You can swear.
Fine, because you can edit that out, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can
fine.
Swear.
Yeah.
So, Vicky, thank you so much for coming on and speaking to us. We wanted to get you on because we're trying to talk to as many people who are involved in British American football as possible. And we've spoken to you before because we did our poor showing at the Iceni Spears a couple of years ago. Even though I was quite rightly pointed out that it wasn't.
You didn't need to agree with that then.
I mean, I was going to say, have you got any better since then, or have you been practicing, or?
No, definitely not. If it was possible, probably worse. So
yeah.
I think that's an achievement.
Definitely got older. Yeah.
So
older and slower.
We just wanted to talk to you because we know that you're involved in American football. You have been for a number of years. So we wanted to know sort of what you're doing now, where you are, where you're going to be, what have you been doing, what have you been up to the last couple of years?
So it's been a while. So thanks for having me on. It's been a couple of years. So I have just finished my first season with Cambridgeshire Cats. So cool. I decided that this year I was going to play a season of seniors, which was really, really good. I mean, I wasn't really sure before COVID. Like I think everyone had a point where I was just like, do I still want to play football anymore? And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to push myself here.
Yeah.
And I started to do a season with the Cats. I absolutely loved it. They're such a great team. Awesome. And they're so nice. Like, they've just got the best teammates. It was basically like having loads of brothers. Nice. And it's a really inclusive team. And like, I never ever felt out of place at all there. So really, really happy with my season there. So I've just finished that as well. I think last time we spoke as well, I was playing in Birmingham for Sandwich Steelers.
Yep.
So great news is that Norwich now has a women's team.
Awesome.
And with really, really good numbers. So Norwich Devils women, really, really good numbers there. And we competed this year for the first time.
Awesome.
You know, as a team in Norwich. So yeah, really good numbers. It was really nice to play football close to home again rather than traveling. And you know, it was really, really great. Lots of new talent in the sport as well. Lots of rookies and things like that coming through, which was really, really good. So yeah, I've been busy. Like I did think about maybe just not doing football anymore, or just it was quite nice. I quite liked having my weekends back. Not covered in bruises, my knees didn't hurt, all of that. And then you kit up and that's it. You're just like, love it.
Back in the zone.
What was I thinking?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I've been a busy girl.
Was there much disruption? Was there much disruption on the women's side of stuff for during COVID? Because I take it that they playing at the Cambridgeshire Cats. That's the first season post COVID then. Yeah,
so that was post COVID. So started training kind of April this year.
Okay.
So it was very much the same format for the women's as well. Kind of tried to keep it as regional as possible.
Yeah.
So did it in kind of like the closest women's team. Obviously, there was a bit more travelling involved for women's because there's a fewer teams, but similar format to the men's. Okay. So a bit of disruption still. Yeah.
But this season was sort of regular, pretty much unaffected. Was any protocols in place or?
There was protocols in place, and there was, we followed the return to training guidance and the stages and all the things like that. Yeah, so I don't know how many times I sanitised a tackle bag. Like that was an arm workout, let me tell you.
So you say with the new a lot of new talent coming in. Has that come from sort of transitioning from flag football, or is it people that have never played the game before? Or
generally, it's actually a lot of people that haven't played before, which is really, really refreshing as well. And I think we'll speak about it a little bit later on. But there's lots of, although some people have left the sport and decided to retire, there's actually lots of new, fresh talent coming through, whether it's from, maybe a rugby background or they just want to try something new. It's not that people aren't coming through from flag, but it's generally the people that I've met and the people that have played at the Devils this season haven't really come through flag. They're more kind of pure rookies to the sport, which is really exciting as well.
That's brilliant.
That's really good. Yeah.
So what happens now with your season's finished now? I take it it's similar sort of back season, all done and dusted. What's the sort of pre-season look like for you now? Because I know that there are a lot of rookie days going on now. There are a lot of early starters to the new season and stuff. Do you start kicking into pre-season in the new year or? Yeah,
so the Cats have already had a rookie day and that was really, really good. Had good turnout. We've got another one 5th of December, 10:30. Coldham's Common, so anyone that wants to come down can come down. The women's teams, a lot of them I've seen are doing rookie days already as well. The Devils have one planned on I think it's the 22nd of January, but you can find them on socials and it will all be on there. So a lot of people are kind of kicking into rookie days and trying to recruit and introduce more people. I'm not kind of sure what the season looks like for next year. But currently we are doing some development camps. So for the national programme. So at the moment we've got 3 camp dates and it's developing. We've got new coaching staff and things like that. And then officially the GB women's programme will start in January 2022.
Nice.
So that's all happening at the minute as well. So there's lots going on there. And it's to give people exposure to 11s as well, because obviously the women's format is still in 7. So that's a really good opportunity for all these fresh talent and people that have come through. It also gives the GB women's programme a chance for talent IDing and things like that. And gives us a taste of 11. So that's really, really exciting. And there's lots of new faces there as well, so many new faces that I haven't seen before. So it's really, really exciting.
Good. So it keeps it fresh all the time, sort of thing.
Yeah, it keeps it fresh all the time. Yeah.
Good. So this is going to sound like a real job interview question, but for you, where do you sort of see your involvement going? Because you've been playing it for quite a while now. So, do you see yourself beyond this season? Because you sort of, well, I quite enjoy the weekends having them back, but obviously once you kit it up, you want to get back into it. So, where do you sort of see yourself going with it? Do you see yourself getting
better
into
off my
coaching?
knees.
Yeah, bit of WD-40, they'll be fine.
But, oh, honestly, the amount of K-tape I get through is just. No, I think I've been playing 6 years now, and I still think there's a little bit of fuel left in the tank. Like,
Yeah.
I'd obviously love to work really hard and get into the program next year. So, fingers crossed for that. But I'm still grateful for the opportunities that I'm getting at the moment. So I don't feel like I should give up just yet, or feel like that, I need to stop. Like, I'm actually still really, really enjoying football at the moment. I think when I get a bit fed up and when I'm a bit tired and everything hurts, but, I would love to coach. I don't want to leave the sport. I won't, even when I stop playing, I don't think it's the end for me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So how based on how you've done it and what's changed in the last 6 years that you've seen? I mean, we'll talk a little bit about in a minute sort of how you get new players into the sport, but how do you think it's changed over the last 6 years for you that you've noticed?
I just think that there's just a general awareness more of the sport, and that it exists. Like, I always think that, my only regret about American football is that I didn't start playing it sooner. That is the only regret that I have. But I didn't know it existed. I didn't know the opportunities were there. I didn't know what the sport was. I had no idea. But there are opportunities now for, just for more visibility generally. But this weekend they're running under 19 girls camp specifically for American football. Like, it doesn't matter if you've never played before or anything like that, and it's a BAFA camp for young women and girls to try American football. Like, what an opportunity that is. And you've got female coaches and female GB players there, who are just inspiring the next generation of football. Whereas when I first started playing, I don't know if that was truly kind of, the foundations were there, but it wasn't. There wasn't as many avenues for us to get into the sport.
And you feel that now it's a decent level of sort of accessibility. So sort of, like you say, all backgrounds, all skill levels. Yeah,
definitely. That's the best thing about football, is that it's a really, really inclusive sport, and it doesn't really matter about your previous experience, size, shape, fitness level. Like, there's always a really great sense of community around kind of like the women's American football and American football in the UK. So I think that there are more opportunities now, and it's really, really good. It's really going to help things grow and take off. So
awesome. So what do you think then, based on the progress that you've seen in the last 6 years? How can they step it up a gear? What's next?
I think what's next is to more than likely move away from a sevens format. So start working up towards, different formats of the game, 9s or 11s.
Why is that? Sorry to interrupt. Why is that 7s for the women's level? Is that just due to numbers, or?
Yeah, so it's due to numbers. Some teams do have big squads and they have the numbers to compete, but there's not enough squads that have the numbers to safely compete at that kind of format. In Europe, all the women's teams, they all play 11s format. That's just how it is. But we don't quite have that yet. But I think that's what obviously we're building towards: get more people involved and giving more people the opportunity to try those different formats of the game as well.
Yeah. Have you seen any? I don't know if this is the case or not, but have you seen any new teams pop up? So I know, like the inclusive, there's a lot more women getting involved and stuff. But do you think that they're being spread quite thin, or do you think there are new teams? Like, I don't know how old, like you said about the Norwich team have come into it. Do you think that there are enough teams in the country for it to be as inclusive as it could be? Like, people aren't travelling too far from their local team, sort of thing.
Yeah, I still think there could be more teams. Like
Yeah.
there could always be more teams. I I'm trying to think if there's anything, any new ones that I can think of. We get quite a few new flag teams kind of popping up and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, yeah.
But in terms of contact, I can't really think of any. We've had a few kind of name changes and things like that, which has helped with recruitment and kind of, sometimes a women's division of a seniors team or whether that always helps as well, because you've already kind of got that base and the following. But I can't really think of anything off the top of my head, but there can always be more women's teams.
Yeah, I mean, it was
people have to travel.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the only reason I say it is because that when we first started doing this, 4 years ago, whatever it was, we started it because I just didn't realise how much there was in the country. We sort of wanted to sort of shout about it, but we didn't realise how much there was already, sort of thing. And I think it's just getting that communication across to people. It's understanding that you're not that far away from a team, and if there isn't the right services, it's about targeting those areas and trying to build recruitment and build interest and stuff like that. So it's just interesting to me, because you don't want to be a team, somebody that lives in sort of an area and then you've got to travel 30 miles just to play for your local team. So it's making sure that there's sort of the right teams in the right places around the country.
And I did that for a long while, and I know a lot of women that play football who have travelled a long way to go to a team, and it's great, but it is really, really tiring. And to grow the game, it obviously needs to be a bit more accessible. So yeah,
and it's the fact that when you've eventually got to your home team that are 30 miles away, you've then got to play a team that are still another 40 miles away because they're the next local team, sort of thing. So it starts getting a bit long in the old travelling days as well. So
yeah, I know, but everyone loves a road trip. I love it. I love a road trip. Love an away day. Not driving back.
Exactly, yeah. Battered and bruised and my knees falling off, but I know.
Yeah, I know.
So when you get out of the game, you reckon you're going to go into coaching and you're going to be in it for a little while?
Yeah, I'd like to think so, that I could do that and share a bit of my experience and a bit of my knowledge. And there's also some really great female coaches in the country already. People like Laura Moore and Laura Dye has just started coaching as well, and they're leading from the front. Benita, all these. Sorry if I've forgotten everyone. They're just obviously the people that come to mind, but it's really, really great to see that progression as well. And I know that BASCA are supporting the development of coaches and female coaches within the game as well, within the program that is kind of happening at the moment for the national team. Just that development there and that support, which is really, really great to see. And I think that that gives just having people that have played before and having that experience, women that have got the experience and they want to help and they want to coach, that will also benefit the growth of women's football in the UK, because it's inspirational. It gives people something to look forward to and look up to, and that's what I want to do, which I think is amazing.
Good.
So
good. That's good then. So what I wanted to a parting piece of advice would be that, because I know all these rookie days are knocking about at the moment, and there's a couple in my area, and I know that they're all over the country and stuff. What would be, if somebody was listening to this that was on the fence about getting involved in it, what would you say to them about going to their local rookie day or getting involved?
I would say that you have got absolutely nothing to lose by going. I would say that football is by far the most inclusive sport I've ever played. It's so different to any other sport, and I would really, really encourage you to go and get involved. It doesn't matter about your fitness levels, about your size, how you feel, whatever it is, just go and get involved. It's a fantastic sport and a fantastic community to be part of. And it was literally the best decision I made in my life. Just go and get involved. Go and get involved. If you love football, if you don't worry that you don't know what's going on. I didn't know what was going on. I had no idea what was going on. I started playing football to support a friend who liked football, and I had no idea about it. I literally turned up because she was like, "Oh, I don't want to go on my own." And I was like, "Okay, I'll come with you. It'll be a bit like netball, right? absolutely not. But, you know, here we are 6 years later, I'm still playing, you know, I've had really, really fantastic opportunities and, you know, onwards and upwards, really.
Awesome.
Go and get involved. Go and get involved.
There you go then. That's it then. If you're on the fence, go get involved. Do it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Vicky, honestly, so much for coming in and speaking to us.
Thank you for having me.
It's all on Zoom, isn't it? So we haven't actually met up anywhere. So it's no, but it's honestly, that's great because I love hearing about people that are actually involved in it and know what's going on, because we can talk about it all day long, but it's sort of you guys that have got your ear to the ground and stuff.
Yeah, it's people that are involved. Yeah,
absolutely, and it encourages more people to get involved as well. Hearing it straight like from you guys and stuff, so it's good. No, thank you so much.
No, thank you for having me. You know me.
Much appreciated.
Fingers in all the pies.
Well, enjoy yourself, and we'll definitely catch up soon. So you'll have to come on. To come on the next season, and Justin will be here as well, and we'll all have a catch up.
You know, you're always welcome to come and train with us again. You know that.
Yeah, definitely. We might give that a go.
I really enjoyed it.
We'll have to give it a go, actually. Yeah, because I think it will be dust out the old cobwebs. I think that'd be good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Vicky. And we'll
thank you.
We will catch up with you soon.
Cheers. Take care. Thanks,
Look
guys.
after yourself. Thank you.
Right.
Thanks.
So
bye.
so thank you very much to Vicky for joining us. We interviewed her earlier in the week. It was really nice to catch up with her again, because as we were reminded by Scott, I think it's been about 4 or 5 years since we were originally talking to everybody, which is disgusting. So it's nice to catch up with Vicky, and I think it's nice to hear that she's doing well and she's still enjoying it.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, a lot of sort of good information come out of it, and how much it's grown since we last spoke to her, to be fair.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's I like the fact that there's a lot more sort of positivity coming out of the women's game, particularly, and there's dedicated training sessions, there's GB stuff's being set up, there's, you know, Phoebe Schechter's involved, and she was sharing stuff on social media about the specific under-19s group, which I think is just great. So, and as Vicky said, the more people that get involved, she's seeing fresher faces at the GB stuff, and it's just good, isn't it? There's a lot.
Well, it's becoming more of a level playing field, isn't it, between the men and the women? So
yeah,
which is great.
Absolutely, and it's just it's nice to hear that, you know, that sort of progress has happened since we last spoke to her. You know, it's not that it sort of stayed flat or it's died off a little bit. The good thing is that there's good progress happening in a sort of relatively quick time.
Indeed, yeah.
What's the women's game like in America?
I don't know, to be fair. I would imagine it's at a relatively high level, but
it is a high level. Are we talking sort of normal football or lingerie football? Both are really quite popular. One more popular than the other one.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, it really is quite popular out there. So
they haven't got.
It looks like it's going in the right direction here.
But they haven't got a professional game in the States, have they?
No,
not
that I'm aware of.
Surprising, really.
But it's still very, you know, male-dominated environment, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know,
but like we see,
they're getting involved.
Yeah,
they're starting to, you know, which is great to see.
Yeah,
but it has been for so many years a very male-orientated environment.
Absolutely, but it's nice to see that even Phoebe Schechter going over to the Bills, she was.
That's brilliant.
It's
considering
she's a sort of,
and as it should be,
British. Absolutely, and we had Katie Sawyer at the 49ers. She's left and moved on to things, but it was great that she was part of the coaching staff, and I think that sort of inclusion and sort of
the more the merrier, really. Absolutely,
setting the example, and it just means that you're sort of paving the way for. Because I still think that there's going to be women that, no matter what, feel that it is a male-dominated sport, so they might be like uncomfortable with it or don't want to get involved in it. And if they see these continual examples at the top level, it can only roll downhill, I think, in a nice way.
Definitely.
Sorry, I meant like cascade down sort of thing. So,
yes. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks again to Vicky for coming on. It was really interesting and good to talk to her, and we'll definitely have her on again, maybe in the next season. So that we can talk to her and see how she's getting on, and she's going to keep us updated with what she's doing and stuff. So
yeah, with GB and stuff. So that's good.
I won't be next. I'll wait next time, so I can join in again.
Yeah, there we go.
She did miss you.
She did. She said, "Yeah, she did."
Yeah.
we told her you were avoided her, but no, we still haven't. So yeah, the other thing that we were going to talk about was I went to a rookie day this week. So this is the sort of time of year when the Brit Ball season is finished. It finished sort of late summer, early autumn, and then we've started coming right back around again to sort of teams now advertising for rookie days, getting new guys in so that they can sort of kick off their campaigns in the new year, which has been good. So and it was great. I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it.
So one thing I remember from our rookie day at the Iceni Spears was that I mean, we all thought we were reasonably fit, and then we discovered we probably aren't as fit as we thought we were. How did you go on with that?
Well, because it was a rookie day, I'd say there was probably 30, maybe 35 people there. So there wasn't a full complement of all the sort of returning players. They came and helped, which was quite nice, some of them. And the sort of first thing that we did was like a warm up. But again, they sort of made it really clear from the outset that no matter what your sort of body type was or your fitness level, there was sort of a place for everybody. And that sort of went from anybody who'd never played before or who'd played at a certain level before, because there was a couple of young lads there that had played university football. There was a couple of guys there that had sort of played a couple of years ago and sort of trying to get back into it, which was nice. And they were returning players from the year before. And then there were people like me who'd never played before, obviously loved the game, but had never played at any level. So it was really nice to see that there was that quite a big mix of sort of characters. But it was never, there was, and I know we've spoken about it before and we've sort of had players say it to us, but there was never any sort of, well, what are you doing here? Like, why are you here? There was none of that. And because that was one of my, even me, sort of semi-confident sort of going into it. I know I could catch a ball and I could run a little bit, so I can't be that bad. But it was nice that as soon as you get there, Scott was there, who we spoke to last time, and straight away everyone came up to me, "All right, mate, yeah, thanks for coming," sort of thing, get your boots on and all the rest of it. And then we did a little warm up. Everybody gave their details, and then we sort of went in, split into different groups based on sort of our body size, shape, and what we thought we'd be sort of good at. So yeah, it was really.
So what
really,
did you end up doing?
Well,
Awesome.
So there was the group of us that sort of went. He said the sort of head coach said that don't think this is where I'd expect you to play in the season, but based on what you look like now or what your body type and whatever, he said I'll split you up into 3 groups. So there was one group that did receivers and catching drills, throwing and catching drills, like the sort of quite fast, sort of tall players. And then you had the guys, the group that I was in, that was linebackers and tight ends. So we were doing tackling drills and running back drills. And I think there was another group that focused more on sort of the defense, so the cornerbacks and the sort of the other guys that sort of shape as well. So it was a good mix. Which is ironic, really, because that's the sort of one I wanted to do. I was thinking either tight end or linebacker for where I'd want to play. So it worked out quite nicely. The one thing that I didn't quite think ahead of was that even at this level, so complete novice introductory level, how much you've got to be switched on to understand, or how much you've got to sort of pay attention to what you've got to do. Everybody's got a part to play on every play, no matter what position you're playing, whether you're involved or not. You've got a role, whether you're offense or defense. You have got a role to play in that particular sort of chess move, as it were, which is something that you don't necessarily look at on the NFL on the telly, because you see players coming off and on, and you see all this, and then it never dawned on me. I'm not saying that it's the case for everybody, but it never dawned on me how much the non-involved players were involved, if that made sense.
Okay.
So,
did they give you an example of some of the plays?
Yeah. So we started off running like a standard running back drill. So you had a quarterback standing with his back to you, and then you were in the running back or halfback position, and then it was we had it was a diamond formation. So you've got your quarterback at the top of the diamond, and you've got 2 running backs either side of him, and then you've got a run at halfback at the back. So you ran. The coach was basically saying that all 3 of you are going to be involved, but only obviously one of you is going to get the ball. So it's a diamond formation, and then you're going to run left or right, but you all run in almost like a baseball formation. So if you were running around the bases, that's the sort of formation that you run. So you go from left to right over 3 bases, or you go from right to left over 3 bases. And then based on where you're standing, you're either running A, B, or C gap.
Yeah.
And up until you get the ball, depending on how the defense operates, you don't know if you're getting the ball. So you've got to act like you are still expected to get it. So that was the bit I didn't, it didn't really sort of gauge. I expected it to be, right, well, you're going to get the ball this time no matter what. And then the play will either work or it won't. But it's the read part of it that I've never had to think about before. It's how does the quarterback know? Because he can do an audible, he can change it. So if he sees the defense lining up one way, he'll go, right, we're going to go run. We'll run this diamond formation right, because there's a gap there, and I know that if you go, he'll get through, sort of thing. So it's really good. It's really sort of in depth, and I have got, if I'm looking, well, I'd like to think I'll continue with it, but if I do, it's so much to learn. But it's brilliant. It's like it's not like it's so much to learn. It's It's sort of like, I've got to get my head around this. This is brilliant. Do you know what I mean? And it was almost like there weren't enough reps for us to get involved in, which was no criticism. It was just because everybody was sort of getting into it and everything else. So it was
good,
really
though. Yeah. So when's the next one?
Well, they haven't got one scheduled this year. They said that they'll probably have some. The next rookie day will probably be early January, probably the first week in Jan. But they might have two sort of taster sessions, as it were, just to sort of keep people interested between now and Christmas, which they haven't announced yet. So, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, and just coming back to what you said earlier, Justin. Yeah, I'm absolutely nowhere near fit enough. At the end, the coach sort of said, like, we'd done the session, we played like the little a little game of touch at the end, and there was he said, well, I don't want you to go home cold. And it was freezing Sunday, but by that point, everyone was dripping sweat anyway. But he said, I don't want you to go home cold. And we were practicing on a rugby pitch. And he said, right, we'll do shuttles. So we did a shuttle to the first line, sprint as fast as you can, which is only about 10 yards. And then you do shuttle to the halfway line, halfway across the width of the pitch, full sprint, and then walk back. And then you had to full sprint the whole width of the rugby pitch. That was it. I was killed. I was done. Couldn't breathe, couldn't do anything. So need to work on that.
So yeah. Did you speak to any of the other rookies, find out anything of their backgrounds, Sam?
Yeah, so I actually knew a couple that I didn't know were going. There's a guy for the gym I go to. There's a guy who's a PT that I've known for a couple of years, and I knew he liked American football, but I didn't know he was going. He's never played before, and he's going to sign up this year. And he said that he just wanted to get involved and sort of see what the fuss was about. And I spoke to, there was a couple of guys, like I said, returning from uni. There was this really tall lad who was having a gap year, and he was travelling from the sort of Luton area. And he said that it was he just wanted to get back involved, and he played university football, and there was a couple of lads that had played university, so that was quite interesting. But then there were guys like me that had never sort of picked the ball up in anger. You know what I mean? They've thrown a ball about, played with a ball, but never padded up, certainly never played to a degree, which is good, which made me feel more confident, because it was nice that other people were going through sort of sharing that experience with me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and shows that people are still coming, new people are still coming into it. So
yeah, and by their own admission, the Eagles have said they've had a rough couple of years with sort of players dropping out, and COVID has hit everybody. They sort of had a rough year with COVID, like we were talking about Scott. He said that sort of COVID sort of decimated a lot of the fixtures, and you can't get full teams out.
Like Vicky was saying as well, some people have had that time off and just thought, I'm going to get back into it,
Yeah, indeed, yeah.
I quite like my weekends at home and stuff, and I
get the weekends back and stuff. Yeah.
And for an amateur sort of not profession, but an amateur sport at the moment, there is a lot of commitment required from everybody. Like you train at least once a week, or you're asked to train at least once a week. These plays that you learn, this isn't just like 11 guys turning up on a Sunday league game and sort of 4-4-2 and you just get out there and do your best. You have to know what you're doing, because it has to keep everybody safe. So there is quite a lot to know. Everybody will do it, but it's not just a whim commitment that you can make, because you've got to get all the equipment. You've got your Sundays are sort of written off if you're going to be playing, especially if you have an away day, like we were saying to Vicky. Some away days can be 30-40 miles away. That's without playing a sort of 3-hour game in the middle. So
that's it. Sunday's gone, isn't it?
Yeah, and absolutely part of the fun, and that's what you sign up for, sort of thing. But you've got to be prepared for people to be able to make that.
Indeed, yeah.
which is why I can see why it's difficult to recruit. I can see why you don't get the full complement of players, and you've got players playing both sides of the ball. I totally see why that happened.
Mm-hmm.
But it was good, and I'm desperate to sort of go back and get involved. I didn't think I'd be that desperate for it, but I am.
Yeah. Awesome. That's good.
Yeah. But I'd recommend, like we were saying to Vicky earlier in the week, I would absolutely recommend if there's a rookie day in your area and you can get down there, no matter what ability you are. Like Vicky said, she went down to just to help her mate out. You know what I mean? And she sort of caught the bug and went with it. We had no contact. There was a few tackling drills that we were tapping sort of hips and stuff and learning how to tackle safely with your head on the right side of the body, and things like that. And you're looked after, and there's no contact. So if you don't like it, don't do it. But the opportunity to sort of throw a ball about with your mates is quality.
Pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely worth
fair
doing.
play.
Yeah, it's good. So yeah,
nice.
So I'll definitely go back. So hopefully I'll make the cut, and I can tell you what it's like on a game day and from a.
We'll get down there obviously on a game day.
Yeah, see me all kitted up for the 10 seconds before I get put in a wheelchair. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
I'll be coming back to you from like a hospital bed level of the tubes coming at me like that. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Exactly. Yeah, it went well.
Yeah, really enjoyed my first one. Yeah. But no, it was good. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed it, and I would encourage anybody to get down there and have a go.
Have a go.
Yes. What should we do now? Should we do the quiz?
Do you want to do the quiz?
I don't want to do the quiz, but I'm assuming we have to.
Have we got an intro?
Yes, we have an intro.
Go for it. Still no picture of me. No. Fine. Okay.
Very difficult to find a picture of you that I feel that would be better than the foghorn.
I don't see how the foghorn represents me.
No, I see what you're saying.
Okay, I'll let you off. So we've got another quiz. This one. So what is the score so far? It's 4-1, isn't it?
I think it's 5-0 to me. I think that was the last time we looked at it was around that, wasn't it?
Dean, what is it?
I think it's 3-1.
3-1, sorry, of course.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it 3-1? No. Yeah, 3-1, isn't it?
Yeah, because this is episode 4, isn't it? So this must be the fourth quiz. Yeah. So, opportunities all round, really. So,
not out of it yet.
So, good. So, this one is called Place the Team.
Place the team.
Place the team. So I'm going to give clues to a place a team belongs to, and you have to say the team name, not the place name. I will accept first answer only. And this time round, each correct answer is worth 2 points, but get it wrong, and I will pass it over to your opponent for a point.
1 point if you steal it.
Yeah, 1 point if you steal it.
So you're going to name a place, and we have to name a team.
Yeah. So, for an example, if I were to say the White House is located here, you'd say football team.
Okay. All right. Yep.
So, who wants to go first?
Sam, go first.
No, there's a question. Do you remember the last quiz? Do you remember what it was about?
Yeah, the heights of the players,
Yeah.
Do you remember what the total height of all the players was?
Was it 7?
I've got 69 foot in my head.
Dean?
Hold on.
Hold on. Bear with.
36, something like that. Or, I don't know.
Sam is spot on. It was indeed 69 feet.
69.
Yeah.
Does that mean I win the quiz?
No, that means you get to go first.
Brilliant. Okay, fair enough. Just checking. I was going to just...
So as I say, I'm going to give you a couple of clues. Might be cryptic, might be easy. Who knows? But it should give you a clue to a place, and you tell me the team that comes from that place.
Okay.
So, first clue is Rocky's Steps and Liberty Bell.
Eagles.
2 points to Sam. Over to Dean.
I understood the question this time because last time I was like, Baltimore Ravens. And it was like, no.
Good. Over to Dean. So the clue for this one is grab a coffee and Google the HQ for HQs. The Space Needle will get you there. This one's a bit more cryptic, I think.
Seahawks.
Absolutely. Nice one. So, should just say, so the first one, Philadelphia Eagles, absolutely. And that one, Seattle Seahawks. Well done, Dean. So, back to Sam. The colour red, capital of folk singer John. The colour red capital, let me rephrase it. Let me put my corner in a different place. the colour red capital of folk singer John.
Cardinals.
No, it's not Cardinals. Dino, for a point, a steal of a point.
Could you say the question again? Sorry.
Yeah, the colour red capital of folk singer John.
Colour red capital, folk singer John.
Okay, I'm going to rush it.
Titans.
No. Colour red in the river is the Colorado. Colour red, Colorado, and Colorado capital is
John. Yeah.
It's the folk singer John Denver. So
Denver. Yeah.
It was the red that threw me.
So over to Dean. Dr. Henry Jones Jr. would be at home in the brickyard. Dean, you there?
Dr. Henry Jones Jr.
would be at home in the brickyard.
Lions?
No. Sam, do you want to have a go?
I was thinking Colts.
You would be absolutely right for a 1 point steal. Well done, Sam. So that's Indiana Jones.
Indianapolis.
Capital of Indiana is...
Fucking hell. Yeah, go on.
Where's the brickyard, Dean? Where's the brickyard?
Daytona.
No, it's not Daytona.
Oh, it's Indy. It's Indianapolis.
It's Indianapolis.
Dickhead. Yeah.
So, Sam, for your question. The sweet home of the Blues Brothers and Ferris Bueller's Fun Day Off.
Oh. Oh no.
The sweet home of the Blues Brothers. Ferris Bueller's Fun Day Off.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to go Giants.
Dino, want to go? Want to steal that point back, Dean?
The Sweet Home of the Blues Brothers.
Yep. And Ferris Bueller's Fun Day Off. Do you remember the film of the Blues Brothers?
I do,
Barely.
and I can't. That's what's thrown me.
Okay.
But it's not
Bengals.
No. The song "Sweet Home Chicago."
Oh, the Bears.
That's
I
where
knew
Ferris
it was
Bueller
something.
goes to the
Yeah.
playoffs.
Okay.
These ones are tough. I'm sorry about this, guys. I thought they were going to be easy.
Yeah. Cheers. Yeah. Great. Yeah.
So that's Dino then, is it?
Yep.
Okay. Dean. The automobiles in this motown are available in any colour as long as it's
Black. Lions.
very good. See, some of them are easier than others, aren't
Yeah.
they? Okay. Sam,
Yes.
this one's easy. You'll like this one.
Don't say it. Please don't say that. Don't say that. Don't set me up for a fail when it should be easy.
No, it is. You'll like it.
Okay.
No problem with this team. General Zod thinks the world of them. No problem with this team. General Zod thinks the world of them.
Chiefs?
Chiefs?
Yeah.
Why Chiefs?
I don't know. I panicked. I told you it wasn't going to be easy.
Dean,
You're
have you
not
got
alone,
it?
mate. Yeah, go on. Say the question again.
No problem with this team. General Zod thinks the world of them.
Saints.
Okay. You know what, in Superman, when General Zod comes to Earth,
Yeah.
he doesn't think it's called Earth, does he? He thinks it's called Planet.
Fuck knows.
I cannot believe.
I've seen that film 100 times as well. And
Exactly. Two of the hugest Superman fans I know don't know what General Zod thinks the Earth is called.
I can't.
By the way, the other part is there's no problem with this team, as in normally you associate it with we have a problem.
Oh, it's the Texans.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Right. Okay.
There we go. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
So is Dino next? This place gets a viva from the king, but his ex-son-in-law wants to leave. Or in fact is leaving.
Fuck's sake.
I cannot believe this is like the easiest one.
Have a day off.
Say it again. Yeah, have a day off. Say it again.
This place gets a viva from the king, but his ex-son-in-law is leaving.
Raiders.
Why do you say Raiders? You're right, but why do you say Raiders?
Because of the first bit of the clue.
Go on.
Viva, Las Vegas.
Very good. And you know who his ex-son-in-law is?
Michael Jackson, isn't it?
Well, one of his ex-son-in-laws, Lisa Marie's other famous husband.
Oh, Nicolas Cage, right?
Nicolas Cage leaving Las Vegas.
Yeah, yeah, that's good. It's all right when you get them right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But when you don't.
When you got the answers in front of you.
Okay. You'll get this one, Sam. No, I shouldn't say that.
No, you shouldn't say that.
Right. Let's try this one, Sam.
Okay.
Raise a glass with Jack at the King's Castle or Dollywood.
Say that again.
Raise a glass with Jack at the King's Castle or Dollywood.
Raise a glass with Jack.
Mm-hmm.
What was the other bit? Dollywood.
At the King's Castle or Dollywood? I just will give you a little bit of help. Think back to the last question, Sam.
Don't fucking.
I don't think it's going to help him.
No, it doesn't help me at all. Cowboys.
Okay. Dean?
Titans.
Titans. Very good. And why is that, Dean?
Tennessee. Jack Daniels.
Very good. Tennessee. Jack
I couldn't even think of a famous Jack. I was thinking Jack and the Beanstalk. I was like Jack Sparrow.
Okay, so Dean, for your question, should we do the last question? Why not?
Yeah, why not?
So anyway, this is the big easy question. If you want to win some beads, Montrenon.
Saints.
Very good. Do you know?
New Orleans. New Orleans. Mardi Gras.
Yeah. Sorry?
Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras, exactly. And the big easy question, the big easy. And I thought, a French Quarter of the question.
Oui.
And and Montrenon is show us your spirit. So shall I add up the scores?
I don't think you need to.
I think just for fun, let's add up scores.
Yeah, for fun, yeah.
Well, how many do you think you got, Sam?
I've
Don't
got
forget you
three.
stole one from Dean, eh?
3.
3. Dean, how many do you think you got?
I think I've got 2 right, 4. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely more than 3.
You got 9 points. So we're looking at 4-1 overall for the season. So far. Got another
Out
2 to go.
6. That means there is no coming back. Is that right?
Yeah.
That means we could possibly already crown you champion. But, maybe we'll have a double point.
Oh, wait. No, we won't. It was best out of 6. And that's what's happened.
Yeah, great. But just make sure the aggregate win is as big and as wide as possible before we decide, yeah. No, I can still save face. I'll still try my best. And then I'll...
No, I think you did okay, Sam. You stole one. You stole one that I really thought Dean would get as well.
I
Well,
didn't have a clue.
Yeah, you put your faith
Brickyard
in
in
me quite a lot.
Daytona.
Yeah, I should have. But no.
Well, what an eventful one
They
that was.
were hard questions.
They were good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, though.
That was a good quiz, but there was... Yeah.
If
It was
people
quite
were
hard,
playing
they were, mate.
Yeah, if people were playing along at home, let us know how you got on. But I can't imagine you could have done much worse than me, as usual. So, right, well, we are officially out of time. So, but quickly before we go, thank you very much to obviously you two for joining me again. And thank you very much to Vicky for being our guest this week. Next episode, so episode 5, we have got another guest booked in who we will announce close to the time, but he's involved in a new British American football organisation that we are going to be discussing in probably quite good detail over the next couple of weeks. So make sure that you like and subscribe so you don't miss out. And what do they say on YouTube? Click that bell or something. I don't know. I don't even know what that means, but I'm sure that it means something. It's not a euphemism
or something like
that.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, it's not a euphemism. So, we're recording this on Thanksgiving. So,
Happy
Thanksgiving, everybody. So, thank you very much.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you both, and we'll catch up in the next couple of weeks, I suppose.
Oh, sounds good.
Yeah. All right. Well, stay safe and
No worries.
We'll
Yeah,
speak
you
to
as
you
well. Cool.
Speak to you
Look
then.
after yourself.
Bye.
Bye.